Okay. Oops. I'm back here with this. Live on Facebook. Live. Oops, are we live? Live on YouTube. All right. Okay. We're live here, right? Yes, we are. Okay. Hey, guys. Whew, what a week. I'm going to let everybody get on board here. Oh, my God, I need a haircut. I just chopped 5 inches off my hair not too long ago. Mess. Even all the layers are grown out. How we doing? Hang on, I can't see a blessed thing. What we got going? Hi, Janice. How are ya? Lighting okay, I hope? It's very hard to read comments because I got the ring light right there. It's like, wow. Oh, hey, Karen. How are ya? Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, been a long week. Been a long one. Weather's getting colder again here in Connecticut, but still mild for February, for sure. We're just getting damp again. Hey, Dara. It's getting damp. I think tomorrow we're going to get a little bit of a precipitation, probably rain mixed with snow or something. I know my son in Boston, it was opening season for baseball this weekend, and they are absolutely closed down. There's snow everywhere, so, and more coming in. And my son in California, he's way up north. He's got quite a bit of snow, so it's good. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Cynthia. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I know I was running late, and I'm sorry for that. I'm always running late. There's always something to do as I'm walking out the door, or something I forgot to do as I'm walking out the door of the store, or a reading that runs long, or something. It's always something. It's like trying to get out of the house in the morning. It's the same thing. God, I think back on my office days when I used to commute to Stanford and had babies or whatever. Actually, I didn't have babies when I was commuting to Stanford, to be fair. I was pregnant, but I didn't have babies. So, but it's a challenge. I don't miss those days. Linda? So, I do not have anything to talk about this week. I am up to here with politics. I'm up to here. I can't, and it's very hard to talk about current events and what's coming out in the readings without talking about what's going on a global stage, because they intersect. The anxiety, the sleeplessness. Had probably the worst week of sleep ever myself this week. And I actually backed off of reading the news and, trying to be on top of things. Just especially the past day and a half, I've just kind of didn't have time, actually, to really research. I try to post unless I have a chance to read and then double check things before I post them now. It takes extra time. But I got tired of posting junk. Things still get by me, especially if I think that someone else has done their checking before I post. I've learned that's a very bad idea. I don't do that anymore. Make sure that I go ahead and either find 2 or 3 more credible news sources that corroborate a story or not before I post it up. And so for all I know, 15 more trains could have derailed. I don't know. So, although to be fair, people send me stories. People send me information. So I get a lot of things that way too. I'm keeping my eye on financial issues, both in this country and then global financial issues. I've got some people who help me there too. And ain't none of it good. None of it. So, I don't know. I think I just want to read cards, and I want to answer questions, though. If anyone has a question, if there's anything that anyone's seeing in their own life, if there's anything anybody wants to talk about, anything magical, anything, that'd be delightful, actually. Please, by all means, let's talk. So I'm going to open the forum up, and if you have any questions, just in the comment section, please, let's Let's chat. And I it's really hard to read. Oh, Michelle and Rosemary. All right. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes and just say if there's any questions, anything at all. We usually get some good ones here, and they inspire some really cool dialogue. If anyone has anything they were wondering, anybody want to talk about anything, or astrology, or you name it. I'm just kind of... No? Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you. Just my old reading glasses. I always have a ton of them. I just buy tons and leave them everywhere so that I always have a pair where I sit down or whatever. So anyway, and I also, so Elizabeth's daughter Grace will be back in the store in March. She'll be on Tuesdays. She'll be doing the $5 10-minute readings that I do during the week, and she's very popular. She's young. I believe she's 17 now, Elizabeth. But so too young to do my fairs. Unfortunately, I really do stick to my 35 rule. No one under the age of 35. But she's extremely talented. I always say she reminds me of a young me. I say that with absolute confidence because she's a very talented reader. She had come into the shop and she was doing some pictures for me for Instagram and a few things, helping out basically in the shop. And she asked me to sit with her with a reading or sit with her and look at the cards. And I said, well, just throw some cards for me. And I was blown away. Her knowledge of the deck, her knowledge of the cards. Roman, who used to read in the store as well, a young reader. Again, that the knowledge of the tarot and the deep meaning of the tarot and the interplay, very gifted. So the interplay between the cards. The cards change meanings based on what they're laying next to. So, people always say things like, oh, death card doesn't mean death, it means change. Not really. Something's ending, changes, endings are change. Tower cards endings too, but they're not really pleasant ones. And, but depending on what it's laying next to, I always read the death card next to the Three of Swords. It can be a heart attack. Death card next to the Knight of Swords can be a car accident. Depending on what the rest of the cards look like, those card meanings change. So there's that. And not everyone goes beyond the basic meaning of the cards. Just learning the cards is a challenge. But then to learn the cards and then interpret the cards and then go on to the more esoteric, however you're gonna play into the emotions of the person that's sitting across from you because you're pulling from those, and then the meaning of the cards. It's just an interesting dance that you do when you're reading, and where you're pulling information from. So yeah. What else is going on? So yeah, she'll be starting March 1st, and I think she'll be there from either 2:30 or 3 till 7 till close. Highly recommend. Hey Dee. What else? Tarot. Just talking to somebody. Nope, lost that thought right out of my head. I am tired. Hey Rapid, how are you? Good evening. And if anyone's wondering, and I've said this enough times, but maybe some people haven't heard, but the reason why no one under 35 reads for the fair, for the longer reads, is because the other aspect of being a good reader is life experience. Most of my readers have some social services background. I've worked for the state. I've worked for human services agencies. So it's not just what you do with the reading, but I call our readings at our shop outcome-based readings. So it's not just, oh, here, buy this from the store, or, oh, here, we'll do a candle for you. No, we don't do that. I mean, I could recommend a rock or something like that, but more it's like, do you need to see a therapist? I have a list of therapists that take Husky. Do you need to see a lawyer? Do you need to... I've helped 5 women who didn't have any money get divorced without money and without a lawyer, because you don't need a lawyer. You don't need money to get out of a bad marriage. If you don't have property, You own a property, you don't need a lawyer. Nice, but most folks don't have it, and it's, I think now it's $3,500, and that money is required up front. They don't do free consults anymore. I don't know many lawyers that do anyway. So, but you're not trapped. You're not trapped in a bad marriage, in an abusive marriage. So, if the times that I've read truly abusive marriage, women were terrified to leave because they couldn't afford a lawyer. There was nothing holding them back. And they had a pot to piss in. It's like, honey, you don't have to stay in that marriage. You do not have to stay. And I got a news flash for you. The family court decides where those children are going. No lawyer does. Family court makes all those decisions around child support, around all of that. So, anyway, that's the stuff that somebody over 35 would know how to do and know how to advise. Most of us pull from some social services or some state or some, human services knowledge base. And so it's outcome-based readings. The other thing is that I have found that very few women going through a divorce or going through a tough time, in their 40s and their 50s, would want to be schooled by someone they could have given birth to. So yeah, there are very talented. I'm telling you, Grace reminds me of me as a kid. I was very young reading, but you don't have life experience. You don't have any internal dialogue to deal with the information that people are handing you that you have no worldly experience with. You can't imagine what it's like being married. And I always say this, there's no better parent than the person who's never had a child. Those childless people, they are the most amazing parents. What they would never allow, what they would never do, how their kids would behave. It's like, wow, you are an amazing parent of that invisible child. Amazing. Now, you gotta have kids. You gotta know, you gotta have been there. It's easy to say, getting married, I would never get divorced. Really? Really? You'd never? Okay. That's good. Now, your invisible husband must be a wonderful person, or your invisible wife must be a lovely lady. Because in reality, people change, people get hurt, people do things, and you can or cannot get by it. And all that stuff comes up in the readings. That's my point. And things like infidelity, things that are ugly. And frankly, I don't think a 16, 17, 18-year-old should be dealing with it, and most people in their 20s can't deal with it because you're very black or white. Teenagers and young people are very, very black and white. This is good, this is bad. You have to get older before you see the shades of gray, and the older you get, the more you see the shades of gray. And I was working for the state, interestingly enough. I remember talking to some of the social workers, and in my ignorance, in my youthful ignorance, this is just wrong. It's wrong to do. It's like, Laura, you'll learn the word wrong has levels. That yes, there are some things that are absolutely wrong. Hurting children, hurting older people, hurting people who can't help themselves. Absolutely wrong. Other things, there's nuance, and you don't know the whole story a lot of times. And people jump in a bit when they're young and reactive. They jump in without knowing the whole story. It takes age and wisdom to sit back and say, I need to hear both sides. I need to see all of this. And with politics, it's the same thing. It's very easy to jump in and be reactive. Why is this happening? It's why I encourage dialogue and why I have so many friends from both sides of the coin, and in between on my page. I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear all the sides before and let's not make myself sound too important. I enjoy having an open page. I enjoy having an open forum. I love dialogue, but I'm not changing the world. Someone, dear friend of mine, once got very angry and said, you have a responsibility. You shouldn't put something. I said, I'm not changing world politics. Trust me. I'm quite sure no one in Washington, is going, what does Laura Lenhart think about that? Before we, whoa, Congress, before we make a decision here, let's look at Laura's Facebook page. Let's see what she thinks about this. Come on, don't be ridiculous. We're not changing the world. But local politics, sure. Will we interact with each other? Absolutely. And I hope at some point, I hope to live to see the day the American people do take to the streets and do demand certain key changes to happen. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Oh, my goodness. Why can't I read you? Why can't I read? This is terrible. Hold on, this is ridiculous. Aww, Valkyrie's watching me. Ha ha ha. Did you write Armageddon? No. I can't read what you wrote, Linda. Dear Lord. Imagination. Thank you. Okay. Armageddon. Dear God. Whoops. Go up. Go up. Go up. Need more light. Okay. All right. So anyways, does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Does anybody have anything they're thinking about or anything that they have questions about? Anything at all? A great reading for Libra. Okay. Hi, Chase. How are ya? You know, it's really funny, but if you look up your animal's zodiac sign, you're going to find that they actually can be very true to their astrology. And I think because animals, I don't want to say they're simpler, but their emotions tend to be a little more simple, you know, and more brilliant. I mean, their love is deeper, their loyalty is deeper. I think they tend to be more true to their sun. Hanky. I assumed Val was a Libra. Which actually Libras like everybody. They're pretty even keeled. Friendly, like partnership. Some of the nicest people are Libras. They make great attorneys too, because they're the sign of the scales, but they like things to be fair. And they're an air sign, so they're cerebral. And if not that, then they usually tend toward the aesthetics. A lot of salon owners, interior designers, they like to make the world more beautiful. Ruled by Venus, same as Taurus. And in general, this is a big generality, Taurus and Libra tend to get along very nicely. Earth sign Taurus and air sign Libra. Yeah, Rosemary is saying that her dog's a Capricorn and a very typical Capricorn. Yeah, gotta be top dog, huh? Do you think some practices in Wicca are dark? Well, I'm so sorry that I can't read this. This is ridiculous. Come on, Laura. Yes, I do. And I think that witchcraft by its nature has to be dark. There has to be both light and dark. You can't just exist in a state of light. And I'll go ahead and say it, because someone just asked me recently about this. They had talked about someone who was abusive to them. And they said, well, I'm just sending them lots of love and light, and I'm going to let karma take care of it. And, you know, and I'm like, what? I said, she goes, well, it's not my place to do anything. I'm like, why? Why not? And if someone's abusing you, actually abusive, and you're sending them love and light, okay, bringing a butter knife to a gunfight, sure, but what makes you think that they're ever going to stop? And also, what I've come to believe, and my understanding of karma is a little deeper than the average Americans. Karma is an Indian principle. Not everyone in actually Wicca or witchcraft believe in karma. Many don't. It's the idea of energetic exchange, and karma is the universal energy that wants things to be equal. You know, so it seeks equality, not emotional fairness. Equality. It wants things to be balanced. Okay, universal balance. The Catholic Church bastardized the idea of karmic debt, and that's what you bring lifetime to lifetime with you into original sin, and it could be washed away through baptism. Where the rest of us believe that our karmic debt can only be worked away through dharma, and dharma is the kind acts, the things we do when no one's watching, when no one's paying attention, when there's no benefit back to us, but those things we do, that erases our karma. And after a lot of thought and consideration, I believe that in many instances, our dharma can best be served by making sure that people who are abusive, pedophiles, animal abusers, people who extort money from people. I'm thinking of the Bernie, what's his face there, who just took people's life savings and went after widows in the country club he belonged to, Bernie Madoff. I mean, how he could ever sleep at night, but I studied that and read that, and I was just appalled. But probably, our dharma is served through making sure that not only do they never hurt us again, but they never hurt anyone else again either. You know, I don't think it makes any sense to let a true pedophile, okay, well, they went to jail. Well, they're going to get out and hurt somebody else. I made that my unpaid life study. When I worked for the state, I had access to the National Institute of Mental Health. Every report, every study, my boss was so kind to me and let me just, and then gave me books on top of that. And the truth is, and you can study it 7 ways to Sunday, but there is no pedophile, okay, who is sorry for what they did. There's zero rehabilitation. Zero rehabilitation. Castration for a man, yeah, but there's other things you can do to a kid. I know I'm going off topic here, but I'm really not, because magically, energetically, it makes sense. You can't have one without the other. Doctors can't cure unless they also know how to kill. And sometimes protection spells have to be balanced into with back at you. I know that we have that oil that we make in our store. Back at you. You know, I'm sending it back at you. What you wish for me, I wish for thee, times 3, times 33. You drew first blood. But you need to be stopped. So that is that's my take on it. There's a lot written. Hey, Aggie. Oh, hell no, you're funny. I just want to see here. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to do that. But I do want to see. Oh, just what's their birthday? Chase, just ask when their birthday is. Okay. Looking at the comments, my Melissa said, I wish you everything you wish. Yep. Wish you everything you deserve. Ah, Charmed. No. There's no orbs in witchcraft. Charmed was very sweet. I want to say the closest thing I saw to a real ritual was in not Charmed, but the other movie. I am going blank here. It was the one with the 4. Oh, come on, Laura. The one with the 4 witches, the 3, and then the 1 was the 4th, and the girl with the burns, and what movie am I thinking of, guys? Come on, I am terrible with names. I think I was going through Alzheimer's myself. I've been like this since I was 5. So, okay, so The Craft. Thank you, Aggie. There's a scene in The Craft where they're out in the woods and they're chanting, and the butterflies come down. That, to me, that was ritual. That was beautifully filmed, beautifully done. There was some parts of Sabrina, the Dark, on Netflix, that were well done. The Yule episode was a particularly well done one with the Yule log, and the reason why they burned the Yule log. So you'll find grains of truth in that. I think Practical Magic had a few pieces that were nice. I was never a fan of Hocus Pocus. I watched the second one, was more disappointed than I was in the first, but I never cared for that particular. Of course, everything we don't want is people thinking we eat babies or eat children, and that was unfortunate with Sabrina too. We really don't want people thinking that we do that, because we don't. But find bits and pieces. But with the Charmed, not a lot. It brought people into the craft, and that was nice. But no, I didn't think it was a great. No more than Harry Potter was a learning tool, and I'm sorry for people burning Harry Potter books because they were how-to books, which is ridiculous. But it made people interested in magic, and that's always a good thing. What are you doing? I mean, J.K. Rowling herself, I believe, said she's not a magical person, but beautifully written, beautifully done. Oh my goodness. What else? Oh my goodness. Wait, I'm sorry. Yes, Keekers is here with me. Your favorite scene. Yeah, Keekers is. He's been very affectionate lately. Huh? You been a good boy? Can you see him? I think you only see his ears on YouTube, I think. Can you say hi? You've been so sweet. All right. Of course, he's also sweet because Orlando's not here trying to attack him, so that helps too. All right, guys, so I think we should probably read some cards. It's almost 11 o'clock, and unless there's any other questions, I will tell you, it's rare that I go after somebody. Myself in my own life, you can count on one hand, but the other thing is, if you're going to, oh, give me a break. Okay, YouTube just went down, unfortunately. Oh, I think I'm back. Okay, I'm back. That's good. All right. I have no idea why YouTube is acting up. It shouldn't be. Hopefully we're going to get through this night without... It was getting windy out, I'll say that. Let's see. Chase is saying, I was just wondering because, to me, Charmed did have mentions of certain rituals. It was... And what? You're right. No, it did. It wasn't completely off base, but it wasn't... It was definitely fanciful. Much as, practical magic was too. They all are. The day-to-day, everyday of a witch is not that amazing. And most rituals are secret. So, when we finally do get our full moon rituals together, and hopefully this summer we'll be able to pull something off. There's going to be no phones there. There's going to be no YouTube, this won't be on the screen anyplace. God help anybody I find taping it or filming it behind my back. But, because it will be open, but it's going to be a safe place where no one has to worry that they're going to be, on someone's Instagram channel or some damn thing. We don't film that. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry for YouTube. It's being ridiculous. Hold on. Oh, I know. Well, eventually we are hoping to do full moon events. Is what we're hoping to do. And every time we get ready to do something and make plans, there's another outbreak of some COVID variant. So it's made it very hard to get together. It'll be in the newsletter. It'll be talked about. It'll be on Facebook when we do. And it will be open to the public. And it will be free. All right? But we're still waiting for that happy day. We need something like that. Now, I do have to tell you, here in Connecticut, the CWPN, and you get my newsletter listed at the top, they have been doing open events. So if you just want to get out and amongst like-minded people, please, they're doing a spring event coming up, and you don't have to feel that you're left out there, okay? Alrighty, I think we started with, oh God, help me. Okay, who are we starting with this time? I think it's Aries, right? It's Aries this week. Let me make sure. Would you wear something special? I would want people in black, probably for the ritual. I would probably ask the people if they have cloaks. They still are welcome to wear their ritual wear, but wear black to ritual. Is my recommendation. Okay. And Karen, am I still on there? Am I still doing? Is YouTube still going? It says it is. It says it's reconnected. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Who did I start with last week? I think I started with Pisces last week. I'm going to start with Aries this week. Right? Yes? Please? I'm almost positive. Okay. Well, I am starting with Aries. I'm okay. So for anyone new who's either watching today or watching in the days to come, because of course it stays up on my Facebook page forever and YouTube, and I'm reading these comments out loud so YouTube can hear the comments or see the comments if they can't read themselves. It's a 6-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top card is the situation. The next 2 cards are what are directly impacting the situation. And the last 3 cards are the outcome cards. Okay? Aries this week. Good. Excellent. Thank you for confirming. Okay, Aries, let's go. The 3 of Swords reversed. The Moon reversed. The Star. The Empress. The 10 of Wands. And the 5 of Coins. So Aries, you are being driven by a fear of financial failure, okay? That's what's keeping you motivated, that's keeping you going. The fear of financial failure. And the desire for autonomy. So those 2 things are going neck and neck here for you. A lot of anxiety. I want to say, Aries, you're probably learning a lot about yourself these past few weeks. Learning about what you can and cannot tolerate, learning what you can and cannot do. I say that because the star is shining on this as a learning experience. And I think with the Moon reversed, what's being revealed is you. A lot of anxiety there, but it's laying next to the Empress, and I think your talents, your abilities, and again, what you can and cannot do. A lot of pressure, 10 of Wands. When I see the 5 of Coins in this position, the 5 of Coins is, of course, a terrible card. It speaks to bankruptcy and failure, but it's laying next to the star. I'm going to say it's the fear. With it next to the 10 of Wands, the fear of financial failure. That doesn't mean you're going to financially fail. In fact, I think quite the opposite. That's a motivator more than anything else in these cards. Okay? So I want to say, with all the Aries has been going through, and they've been going through a lot, I think that they're at that turning point where it's not, so this is funny. I just was watching a video a couple days ago, and I wish I remember the Japanese word for it. But the Japanese believe the key to success is 4 things, and they intersect. It's what you're passionate about, what you're actually good at, what you have a talent for, what you can make money at, and what serves the good of the people around you, or what serves the good of people. So what is useful, I guess is what I want to say. So usefulness, talent, passion, and then financial viability. And if you find where those 4 points intersect, that's where your personal success lies. And I want to say it's interesting, but that really does mimic what I'm seeing for Aries right now. Aries is finding that point where, okay, this is what I can do. I'm good at this, and again, it's all in degrees. And sometimes we have to tweak things, but that's how I'm seeing it for Aries. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. Okay. Taurus, the 10 of Swords reversed. the Lovers, the Five of Wands, the Four of Cups reversed, the Page of Swords reversed, and the Page of Cups. So how do I read these cards? The Ten of Swords reversed is always coming up out of a dark place, coming up off of difficulty. You know, and it can be as extreme as hitting rock bottom, and now you're on the way up. Interesting that the same people that love you are the same people that are giving you a hard time, Taurus. The same people that are challenging you with the same repetitive arguments. And that's a challenge. You know, the Four of Cups reversed, you know what you want. And the Page of Swords reversed in true Taurus fashion, you're not talking about it. Hello. Hello. Hi. And the Page of Cups, which is love coming in. I think Taurus is looking for ways to achieve balance after being very unbalanced in a situation, and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And everyone that wants to argue with you, or everyone that wants to, I don't want to say argue, debate is a better word for these cards. It doesn't feel like there's fighting going on, but debating with you and challenging you, which Taurus is like. Taurus is not like being challenged. Now, none of us really do, but Taurus really hates it. It's like a waving that red flag for a bull. They don't like being challenged. And the fact that it's people that they actually love doing the challenging is testing their patience. But I think what Taurus is doing here is looking for ways to, again, not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Save what's good while they're restructuring aspects of their life. It's very personal. Just like Aries was very personal to Aries. Keeping what you love and getting rid of the rest. All right? But the difference is that, you know, while people are debating and challenging, Taurus is getting quieter and quieter. Now, most people would know that that's a danger sign. Stop talking. And of course, that's when people talk louder or try to fill up more of the airspace. I've never understood that myself. I mean, I have to talk a lot because there's no one else, nobody else to talk here for me. So I did enough radio shows that you have to keep talking. You can't have a lot of dead airspace. And same thing, you don't need to see me watching these cards for 5 minutes and saying nothing. That won't make for very interesting a show to watch. But the fact is, I think with Taurus, more than any other sign, the quieter they get, the more you should stop talking. And you're not. Mean well. I think the people around Taurus means well, and I think Taurus knows that. I think Taurus knows that. They're very discerning that way with the company they keep. So they're giving people a lot of leeway, but at the same time, I think also they're giving people enough rope to hang themselves. And at the end of the day, they're going to pick up the pieces and structure what works for them. The earth signs have a reputation of being selfish. Taurus, that is their shadow side. Is can be selfishness, because they rule the house of money and finance, and in investments. But their shadow side is gluttony and selfishness. But I don't think that that's really fair. I think it's also a matter of being the earth signs. Understand that you have to take care of yourself. You know, the earth signs understand that if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. And that's what Taurus is dealing with right now. Self-preservation. As in addition to, you know, I love my people. I love who I love, and Taurus loves loyally. But what I'll tolerate is another story. Okay? All right. Gemini. Ace of Wands reversed. The Eight of Coins. The Three of Cups. The Six of Wands reversed. The High Priestess. And the Two of Swords, my least favorite card, I swear to the gods. I just can't stand the Two of Swords. Okay. The Ace of Wands speaks to a lack of support. And also the lack of creative opportunity. The Eight of Coins, motivation around work. And the Three of Cups, love in the relationship. So what's missing? The Six of Wands reversed. Again, the not knowing how to move forward or not having a clear path forward. The High Priestess, looking at this intuitively. And that's a little weird for Gemini because they tend to look at things logically. And so this is different for Gemini. They're looking at it intuitively. Taking it with emotion. And that's not their strong suit. They're doing it because it's the Two of Swords is interplaying on this whole situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Rock, hard place. Good luck with that. You know, here's the thing. You have income. You have people around you care about. But there is no growth. There is no, in terms of career, okay? It looks like there's a dead end aspect. Or there's no clear path forward. And that may be okay if you're 2 or 3 years from retirement, you know. But if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, the thought of doing another decade or two of something where you're not seeing any change, any new creative aspects, that can be challenging. What I usually tell people, you know, that's what weekends are for. That's what after hours is for. Find a hobby. Find something interesting that you can throw some passion behind. It's very hard to leave a job that's making good money, and actually, it's very hard right now to do that because, honestly, the workforce is getting harder to get into. Jobs are getting harder to find. So, I'm glad that Gemini is looking at this in a deeper way, trying to find, again, some new creative passion, something to sink your teeth into. You're doing everything right, Gemini. You're not doing anything wrong here. But it does feel like rock in a hard place. You know, you're not going to leave a good job. You're not going to leave a solid thing. And if it's the relationship, sometimes relationships get stale. You know, it's very hard to. I always say this. It's one thing to. Back when we all died when we were like 40, like 50 was old. You know, so you got married at 16. Most of us died in our 30s. Died in childbirth, actually, or whatever disease was going around. And then we were old at 50. And so till death do you part wasn't that hard to deal with. But we expect now to live into our 80s and 90s. And we expect to be vital and busy into our 80s. We do expect to be healthy and traveling and, you know, doing things. And you know, it's pretty hard to find someone that you meet in your 20s that you can go all the way through to your 70s and 80s and you still have the same passion. So that's a gift and a wonderful thing, but it's also a rare thing. But if everything's working well, I mean, again, going back to Taurus, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? I don't think so. You know, is there a way to make things more exciting? Is there a way to... Gemini wants mental challenge. Gemini always wants something to talk about. It's why Gemini and Scorpio get along so well, because Scorpio goes deep. And the more mature Gemini wants that depth. They don't want to talk about the weather. They don't want shallow. They want depth. And that's what I'm seeing here for Gemini. They want depth. And they're looking at it in every possible way without destroying what they already have, or causing harm to what they already have, or hurting anyone's feelings. But a bored Gemini? A bored Gemini is a dangerous Gemini. They can and do get in trouble. Hey, Sandra. Alrighty. Okay. Cancer. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. The Tower. The Three of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Six of Cups reversed. And Judgment reversed. All right, Cancer, what's going on with you? Man, My first thought looking at these cards is Cancer wanting to go home and not able to go home. Focused on school, focused on work, focused on career. And then my first thought, I would ask them if sitting across from me, if I threw these cards, is there someone far away from you that you're concerned about, or do you have a sense that you should be home right now and you really can't walk away from work or from school or from career or a business in order to go home? It's kind of like you're stuck where you are, you really can't. There's no easy way over there. That's one way I would look at these cards. I don't like the Tower sitting where it's sitting. It's also Cancer possibly looking at a changing industry. A lot of industries are changing right now. I know a lot of people who work in the mortgage industry, mortgage brokers losing their jobs. They're laying off a lot of people. They're just not right now because the real estate market is what it is. People in real estate looking at it is what it is. And they're looking at, again, changes to an industry, the Eight of Wands reversed, the need to focus on your career, the idea of possibly getting additional education. For a lot of people, I have to remind them, if they went to college, did you have a minor? What was your minor? Sometimes we can look at that. And it's like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I minored in this. I'm like, well, can we do something with that? You know, to change directions of your career a little bit. But this really does speak to going back to the beginning. It's almost Cancer. You got to go back to the beginning and read. So if you're in school, you may have had your major all set for you, and now you're like, oh wow, no. I'm not going in that field. No. But there is a wonderful sense of action here for Cancer. This isn't just sitting and thinking about it. Gemini is then thinking about things. Cancer is saying, now I got to do something with this. I got to make a decision now. Okay, now's the time to pivot and change it up. And there's no running away from it. And the last thing I'll say with this is that it could also be, if you're looking at a career, sometimes location is part of it. Their jobs are not where you're living. You know, you have to actually relocate to get the job. Silicon Valley is in California. Austin, Texas for tech jobs. Certain key things, you know. If you're going to be an actor, you know, you're in New York, you're in California. If you want Broadway, you're going to be in New York, right? I mean, that's where the jobs are. If you want to work on Broadway, then I guess you got to move to New York or commute to New York. So I'm seeing that happening with Cancer too, in terms of like, where do I need to be, and the desire to be close to home, but maybe I can't be close to home. There's a lot with those cards, okay? All right. Leo. It's funny how 6 cards can either have a lot or just one clear message. It's interesting how they can, again, it's how they play after each other. Hey, okay. Nobody knew. All right. All righty. I was going to say hi to Sandra again. All right. Leo, we have the Hermit reversed. We have the 9 of Coins reversed. We have the 6 of Coins. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. We have the 10 of Coins reversed. And we have the 2 of Cups reversed. Huh. All right. Well, first and foremost, for Leo, well, it's what's interesting. First of all, the Hermit reversed is Leo choosing to be alone. I want to suspect Leo may have been either betrayed or been disappointed. That might be a better word, by someone they thought was a friend. And right now they're kind of pushing everybody away a little bit. They need to make these decisions they need to make on their own. And they don't want debate. They don't want discussion. You know, and you see how it's working out for Taurus right now, and it's like, and they don't want that. I gotta figure this out for myself. 9 of Coins, Nine of Coins reverse. So even as Leo is wondering, how can I make more money? How else can I make money? Well, golly, Six of Coins is saying money is coming in. So, you know, I need more money. I want more money. But here comes money. Okay. The Five of Coins tells me Leo's walking away from something. And the Ten of Coins reverse makes me think it could be real estate. It could be where they live. They may be looking at new ways of... I don't think they want to buy a house right now, but they also may not, or they may not have the money they need to invest in real estate, but they may be thinking about where they want to go. A lot of this is really being based on people they thought they could trust, people they thought they could count on, people they thought were their friends, or even if it was just one good friend. But there's this sense of walking away. Five of Cups reversed. I'm done crying. Five of Cups upright, crying over spilt milk, but it's reversed. You know, we're done with that shit, okay? And you know, like Leo, like many signs, they cry on their own. They'll go away in their cave, they cry, they come out. You'd never know. Makeup is done, they look good. You won't know you broke their heart, that's for sure. And they're making new decisions. And they're making them on their own. Interesting. A lot of these cards so far today is really about what you. It's about your core. It's about your damn, the deep shit that pertains to you. But it only takes one betrayal to make you question all your loyalties, all your friends. You know, does everyone feel that way about me? The person I was closest to does. Maybe everybody else does too. Is everybody else thinking like that? I don't know. But Leo, I think Leo is on the cusp of making some big changes that are going to surprise some people. And Leo is not one to cut off their nose and spite their face. Leo does not want to mess up their face. Okay, Leo is like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be reactive. Even though they're a fire sign, I think they're the least reactive fire sign. Unless they see someone they love being bullied, they tend to sit back and watch. Watch a herd of lions hunt. They don't all jump at once. They hold back. They watch. They look and see what's going on. Lions are very stealthy, and I'm saying in this case, Leo is being very stealthy. How they proceed from this. Whew. All right, Virgo. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. I think that's weird. I think it just went off again. Huh. I'm sorry. YouTube is being really awful. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Here. Go live. Really quickly, let me get back on YouTube. Just need a second. 2, 2, 4, 2, 3. Sorry, guys. I got the cards all here for Virgo. And that is oh boy. No idea what's going on. Sorry about that. I'm glad Facebook's not acting that way. I have a mesh router now up here, that extender. That's working really good. I'm really happy with that. What the hell is this? Okay. All right. Well, I'm back on with YouTube. Sorry about that. Back on. Whoops, here it goes. All right, so we're back on with YouTube. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you for the break. I will listen to part 1 and see how far we got. We're on Virgo right now, and if I have to, we'll just upload Facebook to YouTube. All right, so I don't know why everything's messed up here. Okay, so anyways, Virgo. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 2 of Coins. We have the 3 of Coins. We have the Knight of Coins reversed. So much money. King of Swords reversed. And the 9 of Cups. My first thought, just glancing at these cards, would be a difficult real estate negotiation. Okay, that's my first thought. One which I think you will win, Virgo. But there's a lot of going back and forth with money over a home or a piece of property. Okay, that's the first thing that I see when I look at these cards. Oh, what else could it be? It could also be a situation where you have a tenant who's not paying their rent, someone who's being very difficult. You may be living with someone who's stopped paying. This is all money. I mean, I'm gonna tell you. Again, you'll make out okay, but it could be someone who's just decided to stop paying their fair share. Might have a roommate situation. Might be going through a divorce. Someone's not paying their child support. But there's this sense of someone, and again, but it works out for you, Virgo. It'll be okay. And why do I say that? Well, I'm looking at the Success card. I'm looking at the 9 of Cups, which is coming true. And I'm looking at this idea of juggling money, but you know what? You work it out. And I think if you're looking to buy or negotiating the purchase of a piece of property, that works out too. But you're negotiating against someone who's got unrealistic viewpoints. Just like dating, I'm not going to pay my child support. Well, okay, then I guess I don't feed the kid till you do. What does that mean? I'm not paying my child support. Like, how is this going to happen? You know, I never understood that. I'm not going to. Who is going to? Who is going to raise this child that you decide you don't have to pay for anymore? I'm not going to. I'm living here, but I'm not paying anything. And I see it all the time. Like, they're living with you and they're not paying anything. Anything. The utilities, the nothing. Wow. You know, someone loses a job and it's great, but the things still have to get paid for. Nothing is free. So I'm seeing Virgo negotiating that. I have to school Virgo that nothing is free. They're damn well aware of that fact. But I want to say, whatever you're dealing with here, and it does seem to have a lot to do with home. Virgo, you're going to be fine through it. Negotiating it, juggling money while you have to, but it does turn around for you in the end. Okay, I'm gonna throw one more card just to clarify that. Yeah, the Fool. It's a new course, but and again, if you're looking to buy a house, I'm gonna say yes. It looks like that's gonna happen for you. Again, new beginnings, new start. Okay. All right, Libra. Oh my God, Libras were having a hard time the past few weeks. It's so funny. I had a few people come in, they start talking. I'm like, can I ask you a question? Are you a Libra? And they're like, yes, I am. I'm like, what is going on for us? Like, it's bad. It's really bad. It's been bad. All right. They're testing the Libras, that's for sure. All right. So Libra, we see the 9 of Wands reversed, the 7 of Coins, the Knight of Swords reversed, the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Coins, and the Page of Wands reversed. So this all speaks to career. all of it. Money and career. The Nine of Wands reversed, unfortunately, is usually you're psyching yourself out. Telling yourself all the reasons why you can't do something. Okay? That's what I see Nine of Wands is self-sabotage. And the Seven of Coins is how can I make more money? And I see the Knight of Swords reversed. It's like you're not doing anything. You're not making that move. You're not making that leap. Why? Why are you not making the leap? It's not for lack of motivation. There is a fear of financial failure. There's a fear of losing what you have. And there's also the fear, this is realistic, it's like, will I be happier? It'll be different. Will it be better? That's the other thing, And Libra, of course, the scales, they're always looking at that from every possible angle. That's why they make such good lawyers. It's why they are such big thinkers. But this idea of, it'll be different, but will it be better? It'll be different. Will I be happier? I don't know. But I will tell you this, the Chariot is reversed. Nothing is going to make Libra move on this any faster than they want to. And Libra is giving this very careful consideration. Again, back to that introspective aspect of these cards I'm seeing for the signs so far. It's just a matter of what do I really want? What do I... And I'm not going to make any decisions till I know for a fact it'll be better. I'm not going to make any decisions at all until I know I'll be happier, If it's not going to be that, then what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? Again, Libra wants that balance. All right? I hate to say status quo reading, but it's a little bit of status quo. But stop convincing yourself that you can't do something, Libra, that you haven't done yet. That's the other thing. That's the only fly in the ointment, so to speak. That's the only thing where I see Libra maybe shooting themselves in the foot, is they're already taking themselves out of the game. All right? Scorpio. Oh my goodness. What am I seeing here? So sorry. Okay. All right, guys. God, the cat's pushing me off the chair. The bird's like eyeballing the cat on my lap. This is great. Okay, I'm literally got one cheek hanging off the chair here. It's not the most comfortable thing, so. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh, I'm just looking at these cards. I'm tired. Wow. Okay. Let's go. The Emperor reversed. The Queen of Cups. Death. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Swords. Jesus Christ. I'm not swearing. I'm asking for help. Don't go getting crazy. Oh, boy. It's a little like Libra, but it's different. I always say signs on the cusp. You see similarities, but differences. I wish Scorpio could just go and do anything without people running their fucking mouths. I really do. For Scorpio, I wish that could ever be the case. There's always someone got to run their mouth with a Scorpio in the room. Never fails. I don't care where you are, if you're in kindergarten or if you're in career or in the nursing home. There's going to be someone running their mouth when there's a Scorpio. Making assumptions and just saying shit. So the Emperor reversed in the Death card, for me, usually speaks to an industry that's being run badly. Okay? Business being run badly. And I'm looking at Scorpio. working in their field of where they've educated themselves. So you're in the field, that's your field. I'm thinking of educators, I'm thinking of people in medicine. Turn that down, please. Medicine, the educators, I mean, I'm talking to professors, teachers, nurses, doctors, PAs. Everyone's fed up. The financial institutions. It's like, what is going on? It's being run badly. And yet this is your field of study. This is where you work. What are you going to do? Seven of Cups is asking the questions. What are you going to do? And then on top of that, you got toxic people around you making a bad situation worse. You already know it's being run badly. No one has to tell you that, Scorpio. But, you know, again, what do you do with the situation like that? What do you do when you're a nurse and you know that the medicine and shit? What do you do when you're a teacher and the education system is shit? What do you do? What do you do? I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What do you do? Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay. You know, the thing about Scorpio and Leo, I'll tell you, those are two signs that they will put up with a lot if they love. And they will put up with all of this bullshit if it means supporting their family. They will, this is the sign, Scorpio is the sign that if Satan, and again, I don't believe in Satan, okay, I'm not a Christian, but if Satan grabs you and drags you to hell, Scorpio is the one that's going to go down into hell, kick his ass, and drag you back out. They're loyal, they love with all their hearts. They are still a water sign, even if they're the least watery of the watery signs. They are still water, emotion, gut instincts, and heart. And I'm going to say whatever Scorpio does with this situation, I can't tell you what they're going to do. They don't know what they're going to do with the situation right now. They really don't. But they will do nothing to jeopardize the family. They will do nothing to jeopardize the security of the ones they love. All right? Damn. I'm sorry for that. All right, Sagittarius. Hell yeah. Truth. Yep. Hang on, I want to see. Why? Why? Okay. All right. Sag. The Queen of Wands reversed. The Ace of Coins reversed. The Page of Coins. The Four of Swords. Devil reversed. And the Hierophant reversed. All right, Sag, what are you doing here? You know, the image I have looking at these cards is like being on a boat and there's a hole in the boat and the boat's sinking. And you can keep bailing out the boat, or you can fix the hole in the boat. And it's funny because my grandfather, you know, who was a huge sailor, loved the ocean, and he talked about fixing boats and actually swimming under the water and working on the hull of the boat, holding his breath, you know, to fix boats. And so the image I have here is Sagittarius, and it's money, definitely a money situation, working hard, and you know, you can keep bailing out the boat, or you can fix the hole so no more water gets in the boat, and you can relax and enjoy the boat. And when I say that, I'm looking at the Devil reversed. It's We're eliminating something that's toxic. The Hierophant reversed. You know, I talked about my daughter changing her wedding venue, which she did have to do because it was more excuses and more money, and they were no closer to being finished being built. Okay, it's not even being done being built yet, and she finally had to pull the plug, literally pull the plug on the venue, and they were able to find another place to have their wedding. And is it perfect? No, but it'll be really nice. But at least it'll be there, and ready to go. She's watching weddings ahead of hers being canceled and being postponed, and she's like, I can't, you know. So anyway, why are you up there? Okay, look out. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second before I go into Sag more, okay? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, get down. No. How you got up there, but you're not going to stay up there. No. Nope, we're not doing that. You going to take over for me, Kat? You want to read some cards? Huh? Oh, I got my hair going. Could you please? Shh. Okay. Everyone's all crazy now. I have a antique secretary that when I finish this living room, I will let you see my living room. It's in shambles right now. And he likes to sit on top of it when the door is open. And when birds sit on top of anything too long, they either start chewing on it or they start shitting on it. And neither one of those things is acceptable to me. So we're not going to do either one of those things, are we, Orlando? What? Yeah, I know. Okay, so back to Sag. Yeah, this is about putting an end to the money bleed. This is the end. This is I want to sleep at night. The Four of Swords. I want this done. I want to be calm. I don't want to, you know, I work hard for my money, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. And that's exactly what Devin said to me. She's like, we just can't. I can't worry. I can't keep worrying about whether this is going to be done or not. You know, between now and September. So no unhappy surprises. I will fix it if I have to. You know, I'll patch it or I'll put an end to it. Again, double reversed. I'll remove it, and then I can relax. All right. That's Sag. Okay, Capricorn. And now the bird is right by my wires, and I gotta make sure he isn't. It only takes one chomp to go through a wire. Yeah, that's right. We've seen that, haven't we? Right through the charger wire. Okay. So Capricorn. Wow, let's travel. Okay, Capricorn. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. We have Justice reversed. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. Yeesh. Okay, my first glance on these cards, my first take is somebody is sick, and you gotta get to them. Okay, it's bad timing, and it's a lot of grief, a lot of mourning here, a lot of sadness, a lot of anxiety. It's not fair, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And there's travel here that I don't think you want to do, or travel you don't really want to make. But there's that. How else can I read these cards? And I'm still seeing anxiety around travel, no matter how you put these cards. It's anxiety around travel. And I gotta say, it's Nation. Oh boy, it's travel that has to happen, and it feels like the Capricorn is unfairly shouldering the burden of a situation. But there's that. When I see Justice reversed, it's an unfair situation. But if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. That's what I'm seeing for Capricorn. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. It does involve travel. Now, it could be you have a parent who's sick. It could be that simple. For Capricorn, they got to go home and deal with this, and it's heavy, and heavy decisions. Lots of anxiety here. I'm going to throw one more card for clarity. The Four of Wands reversed. Oh, man. It comes at a terrible time, okay? The timing couldn't be worse. It looks like it comes at a time when there should be a celebration. Maybe you can't go to a wedding, or maybe you're not going to be able to go to a party, or maybe it's your birthday, that, you know, everything's postponed because you have to do this. That's how it feels. And worse, it looks like this has been dumped in your lap because other people didn't do their job. And now it's on you to fix it or handle it. I don't think it can be fixed, really, but you got to handle it. You know what makes me think, and again, this is, I'm stretching here, okay? I'm stretching, but it reminds me of mom has all the siblings living home. You don't, you know, you have your own home, your own life, your own, but there's always those couple that are living there mooching off mom, right? Mooching off her Social Security, mooching off of whatever, and now mom is really sick. Mom's in the hospital. Mom may not make it. And now these younger siblings, let's just say, are like, well, what do we do now? Where will we live? Where will we go? It's like, you didn't even bother taking care of her. You didn't make arrangements. You didn't make any plans. And now you got to come in and play cleanup. That is the sort of thing I'm seeing here, is Capricorn having to come in and play cleanup. And I just had a nurse talking to me about this. It's like, same thing. She had a younger, living with the house with the mother, and then living off the mother's Social Security, and no job, and you know, she's like, what will I do? What's going to happen to me? She's like, well, I've been telling you for months, your mother is dying. Your mother's been in the nursing home, and they've been collecting the checks. And then she told me about another one that was, you know, the second husband there, the younger husband that got in, and you know, whatever, but he's been taking the Social Security checks and insisting you have to keep her. She doesn't want to die. She wants to stay alive on all the machines because keep that check coming, you know? And he never comes in to visit her. So I'm hearing some horror stories from nursing homes recently, and that plays into this. So am I saying it's exactly the situation? I'm not. But it does feel like Capricorn is going to be called into traveling to handle something, to clean up a situation. Very unfair. It comes at a very inauspicious time, probably interrupts a celebration you're planning on having. And that's how life is sometimes, huh? All right. Aquarius. Yeah, he plays with my hair. Thanks for coming on, MJ. Wow, you are loud. Okay, let me just read some comments really quickly. I'm sorry, I gotta turn the lights down. Okay, I guess I see we messed all the cords up there while we were playing games. Alrighty. It is crazy. All right. Orlando, please don't do that. I'm not in the mood. Oops. Okay. Can you please? I think that's a little bright, isn't it? I think. All right. I'm so off my game. I am tired. I really didn't sleep much this week. All right. Aquarius. Hey, no. Come here. Come here. Can you come here? Stop screaming. Okay. Aquarius, we have the King of Coins. The Two of Wands reversed. The World. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Magician. And Strength. Okay. Really, I don't want to get up again. Can we not? Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Ay, ay, ay. Let me move my glasses away from line of fire here. Alrighty. Aquarius, what's going on? Wow, they're actually very strong cards. cards, a lot of major arcana cards here. The World, Strength, the Magician. This is Aquarius in control of everything but relationship. And you know, Aquarians do struggle in relationships. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you for Facebook. Miss J said, I know a Capricorn in a nursing home and his brother got his house and barely comes to see him. Yeah. The nursing home nurses and staff will tell you the saddest stories. So Aquarius, strong, cerebral, healthy, everything good. I'm looking at the Two of Wands reversed. I'm looking at the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, lack of support, lack of partnership. Knight of Cups reversed. Now it could be. I don't think so though. You could be having trouble with a kid, Aquarius. It could be problems with one of your kids. Going off the rails a little bit. Lack of direction. I'm reaching there. It doesn't feel like that. This feels more like Aquarius with all their ducks in a row, and then your partner says, we need to talk. I'm not happy. Or your partner is all of a sudden just MIA. Or you've been ghosted. And it's like everything is fine. This is not you, Aquarius. And I with these cards so strong as they are, you know what you're doing, you're good at what you do. There's Two of Wands reversed, and I'm going to throw one more card for clarity. The Sun reversed. It really feels like it's like God. It's like everything is going good, everything is great, everything's the way it's supposed to be, and then someone just dumps I'm not happy on your lap, or I don't want to do this anymore. It feels like your partnership aspect of it. Now it could be a business partnership. It could be that too. It could be like, wow, the business is going great. You've got a partner. You're doing well. Everything's going good, and your partner's like, I want out. You know, buy me out. I want out. I want to. You know, it's like, oh, holy shit. How do I do that now? You know. But it just feels like it feels like you're doing everything right, and someone is just waving the white flag, or just not doing. It doesn't feel like it's costing you money so much as it's something you were confident about. It's not there. It's just, but we talked about this. We talked about doing this, and we talked about. It's like I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. I've changed. I've changed my mind. That's how this feels. I want to see the comment. It truly is sad. Oh, we're going into nursing home stuff. Okay. All right. I want to finish with Aquarius. That's what I'm seeing for Aquarius, is this idea that you thought everything was okay, you thought everything was going good, and now you've got to deal with someone who wants to bail. Someone who doesn't want to be on the team anymore. You know, it's like with sports. Oh, there goes YouTube again. I'll have to upload Facebook. Anyways, it feels like Major League Sports when they're trying to put a team together, and then, you know, someone leaves the team. That's what it feels like. It feels like, wow, we just lost our star pitcher is leaving. You know, and it's like, okay, you know. All right, and lastly we have Pisces. Okay. My mouth gets so dry from talking so much. All right, Pisces. We have the King of Wands reversed. We have Temperance. We have the King of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Coins reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed. So interestingly enough, this is almost the opposite of Aquarius. where it looks like the emotional side of things is okay and stable and balanced, but it's a matter of financial aspects. Working hard and the money isn't there. Working hard and, okay, how can I make more money? How can I, feels like you've got support. So it's just actually literally the opposite of Aquarius. You've got the support, you've got, the balance, the home life balance thing going on, but where's the money coming in? And what I like about it is this Five of Swords reverse is you're asking for help and you're taking the advice and you're asking the right people for help. Sometimes your friends are your friends, that's great, but they really can't advise you. You've got to talk to someone in your field who's done what you've done, and that's how you get your advice. Excuse me. If I want to know about running a store, I don't talk to my friend who, works in a bakery. If as a cook, I'm like, no, I need to talk to other store owners. I need to talk to people who work in retail, small business. It does feel like it's more of a growth thing than a survival thing. I will say that. I don't think it's a matter of, I'm going bankrupt, I'm failing, I can't. It feels like you're fine, you're status quo. It's like, how do I take this to the next level? Okay, how do I level up on this? And that's the thing. I'm working hard, and it's like, what do they say? You can work smarter, not harder. That's how I'd sum these up, okay? The idea of what can I do to make more money without, there's only so many hours in the day. How can I, and that's what I'm seeing for Pisces. It's not about lack of support. It's about how do I up my game here? And I will say you're going to the right people to ask that question. I'll throw over the one last card for clarity. Okay, the Hangman reverse. So I'm going to say for Pisces, and this would be a very Pisces thing, is you're wasting your time in some aspects. It's your time management. Hangman reversed. You're either giving too much of your time away, and you have to look at your time as money, and that's why men succeed in business more than women do, because men monetize their time. Women don't. They don't value their time the way men do. And I've talked to enough therapists and enough women who have their own businesses, and it's true. Men will you're paying me for my time. Women have a real hard time doing that. And what I see here, when I see the Hangman reversed, is you're giving too much of your time away to people who either don't appreciate it, or everyone wants anything they can get for free. Everyone likes to get something for nothing. And if you're in business, there's only so much of something for nothing that you can afford to give. So I guess, say Pisces, if you want, you've got to look at your own practice. You've got to look at where you're spending your time, how you're wasting your time, and I think that's the secret to how you grow. You grow to the next level. Okay. So anyways, I'm sorry for YouTube. It was in and out. I don't know what was going on. Thank you for Facebook for not doing that to me. Fair is tomorrow. I think Andrea has one spot left. That never happens, but I think she does have a spot. I think 1:30 is open. And of course I have Karn and Sherry at the shop tomorrow. Got some cool stones in. Someone came to the store yesterday from Afghanistan. They have the most beautiful lapis, so I bought some lapis. And I bought something called lemon calcite. They're spheres. They are the coolest thing. I put them in a candy jar. And they really just make you happy to look at them and hold them. They're really, I like the calcites anyways. I'm a fan of calcite. It's really a pleasure to have in your hand, but the energy of calcite, it tends to be more on the expensive side. All the calcites are. But I would prefer pink calcite over pink quartz. I really do. Rose quartz. I like the energy better. I love green calcite. Whatever, I could talk forever, but I do love the calcites. So, and I bought some towers and some beautiful lapis, a lot of lapis actually, lapis spheres that were priced really nicely. that's it, guys. That's what's going on. And I will talk to you next week, I hope. And thank you all for being here. And everyone, please remember self-care, get some rest. I am going to take my shower and go to bed. And we'll talk to you next week, okay? Behave yourselves. Bye.